Okay, next up is 5-minute princess stories. And the one I've chosen to start with is the last one in the book, The Little Mermaid. Ariel to the rescue. Oh, Eric, this is wonderful, Ariel said excitedly as she twirled around the ballroom with her prince. I can dance with you and see the ocean. Do you miss your sea friends? He asked. Sometimes, Ariel replied a bit sadly, but I love being with you. Bright and early the next morning, Prince Eric saw Ariel walking along the beach. He caught up to her, and they strolled together along the sand. The prince knew Ariel was hoping to visit Flounder and Sebastian, as well as her other friends from the sea, but they were nowhere to be found. Eric and Ariel watched the waves crash onto the shore. It's rough out there today. If I were a fish, I think I might be too scared to come close to shore, the prince said gently. Don't worry, Ariel. We'll figure out a way to bring them together, to bring together the land and the sea. At dusk, Ariel went to Eric. I was thinking about what you said earlier. I want to show you something. Ariel led the prince to the quiet lagoon they had rowed in long ago. Do you think my friends would feel safer visiting me here? She asked. Eric rubbed his chin. Maybe. He had an idea, but he wanted to make sure it would work before he said anything to Ariel. A few weeks later, Eric found Ariel walking along the beach again. Come with me, he said. I have a surprise for you. He took her to the lagoon. The first thing Ariel noticed was that it now had a big wall around it. The wall would keep out dangerous sea creatures such as sharks, but it also had a gate so that Ariel's friends could enter the lagoon. In fact, Flounder, Scuttle, and Sebastian were there to greet her. Isn't this a great idea? Scuttle asked. I helped, you know. Ariel was thrilled. Oh, Eric, I love it. Ariel was so excited she waded into the water to greet her friends. Then she saw something in the lagoon. Look, she exclaimed. As they watched, a small dolphin leaped out of the water. He's just a baby. I wonder where his mother is. He swam across the lagoon, but the baby dolphin raced away. Poor little guy, Flounder said. He seems scared of me. But the princess wouldn't give up. Soon she had coaxed the baby to swim over to her. I wish there was something more we could do, Ariel said. I bet his mother's on the other side of that wall. Don't worry, Flounder said. We'll find her. But a few days later, Sebastian and Flounder still hadn't found her. This is terrible, Sebastian said. We have looked everywhere under the sea, but cannot find the baby's mother. What should we do? Ariel looked at the little dolphin. Tomorrow she would ask more of her friends from under the sea to help search. Later that night, Ariel awoke to the sound of thunder. From the palace, she saw big waves crashing on the shore. Eric joined her. Are you worried about that baby dolphin? He asked. He must be terrified, Ariel replied. We need to go to him. Eric followed Ariel into the stormy night. When they arrived at the lagoon, Flounder was trying to calm the frightened baby dolphin. Ariel climbed onto the lagoon wall and called to the sea creatures, Help me, please. I am Ariel, Princess of the Seas. I need my father, King Triton. A whale was the first to respond. Then a school of fish flashed their fins. "Thank you," the princess shouted. Below the surface, sea creatures raced to find King Triton. Ariel returned to Eric. "I know my father will be able to help us." While they waited, Eric jumped into the sea and led the dolphins to calmer water. Suddenly, there was a flash of light. King Triton had arrived. The storm quieted down. The baby dolphin's mother was at the lagoon gate, frantically trying to get in. "Oh dear," Ariel exclaimed, "the gate won't open. She can't get in." Eric looked at King Triton. "Do you mind?" "Not at all," he replied. "Swim back, everyone." He raised his trident and blasted down the wall. The dolphins swam to each other. Then the baby went to Triton to thank him. That night, the moon rose, but there was no royal ball at the palace. Instead, Eric and Ariel returned to the lagoon. The baby dolphin and his mother swam up and playfully splashed the prince and princess. "I think that means we are forgiven," Ariel said with a laugh. She was glad that all of her friends were gathered together for a quiet evening, including her new dolphin pals. There you go. Okay. Love you, girls. Night, night. Bye-bye.